Hi, I'm Dawn, and today I'll be showing you how I edit pictures on my phone. I'll only be using free apps today because I don't really like paying for apps, and there's so many free apps out there that does an equally good job as paid apps that you don't really have to pay for if you don't want to. And I like doing three things when I'm editing pictures on my phone, which is first of all removing shadows on my face, and slimming some parts that I feel doesn't look good in pictures, and lastly I like to add makeup sometimes and also to change the color tone of my pictures. So Meitu is my favorite app, and I'm just going to choose a picture which I'm going to edit today. So save this one for example, and the first thing I like to do is to use the slimming function basically, because this is not my best angle and I don't feel like I look like this most of the time, so I like to go in and maybe make my face a little bit smaller, like so. And this is really intuitive, right? You just push it in the direction that you want it to go. And it's really important to always toggle the before and after so you know that you're not overdoing it, and it's really easy to overdo it if you're not being careful. And so that, and my arms as well. And one important thing to note is that when you have straight lines in the background, to always go in the same direction as those lines, because you don't want to end up having a squiggly background like this, for example. So I'm just going to undo that just to show you. So here, just push it in the same direction as this is going. And once again, toggle before and after. Here as well, you can always adjust the size of your tool, so you can use a bigger, I don't know what I call that, for a bigger area, and smaller one for places like your face. So I think I'm fairly happy with that. You can always go back in again to undo it if you're not happy with it, so it's always better to be on the prudent side. Okay, and just click this when you're done. And the next thing I'm going to do is to remove these shadows on my face. I don't like this or this part over here. And the way I do it is that I'll be using the firm film tool. So right here, just going to do a little bit like that. Once again, toggle before and after to see whether you're overdoing something. I don't like that, so I'm just going to try it again. This is a little bit better. Here as well, I'm just going to remove this highlight over here. That makes my face look a bit shinier than I would like. Okay, looks good to me. And over here, some lines. And once again, it's really easy to overdo this, so I would just really recommend doing small bits at a time until you get a feel of how it really works. Okay. It's a bit lumpy over here, so I'm just going to do this again. Alright, that looks fairly alright to me, but if you don't like it, okay, you can always use this to reverse whatever you've done. Like so. Alright, and we're happy with it, click this tick again. And there's also this tool called Reshape that I'm really impressed with. You can actually tell where your eyes and nose and your mouth is. So it maps it out, and you can just, slide this back and forth to adjust the size of your eyes or your nose. And it's fairly intelligent, so if I want to make my nose smaller, I can just go ahead and do this and that, and you can see the before and after here. Like that. You can do it for your forehead as well. This is a little bit too much for me, so I'm not going to do that. For your eyes, just going to expand it. Doesn't make much of a difference here. Okay. And if you want to, there's also this body shape tool that will allow you to lengthen your legs. And I've been really impressed with it, to be honest. So if you just select the area where your legs are, and you just toggle this, you can really stretch it out. So I'm just going to adjust it and do that. So before and after. So once I'm done with this, I'm just going to go ahead and save it. The next thing I like to do is to kind of add some makeup back on my face. Like I am wearing makeup in this picture, but sometimes when the lighting is too bright, you really wash everything out, and it's just nice to be able to add in some details again. So I like using this app called Pitu. So I'm just going to go ahead and find my saved picture right here, load it, and go to the makeup option. It's taking a while to map my face right now. Okay, so as you can see, my eyebrows look a little bit pale here, so I'm just going to go ahead and add some of that back in. So there's so many eyebrow shapes and color that you can choose from. This is really impressive. And I'm just going to find one that best approximates the eyebrow that I really have, which should kind of, I guess, that. You can change the color as well depending on what your hair color is. It's brown, that's gray, that's black, and I think black probably looks the most appropriate for me, just a little bit too strong. It's going to lighten it slightly. You can see it before and after. And I'm going to add some blush, because I look a little bit washed out here as well. And there's all these different blush placements that you can choose from. This looks good to me. Choose that. And maybe some lip color. So a little goes a long way. And you can also use this feature function as well for your highlights and contour. It makes a huge difference, you can see. And you can even do things like add eyelashes or eyeshadow. My eyes are closed here, but you get the idea. So this looks good. So if I'm happy with it, once again, you just click save and download. Saved it, and the next step is purely optional, and I don't normally use it a lot, but it can really be a lifesaver if you have a picture that wasn't taken in the best lighting condition. If it's too dark or too bright, for example, using an app like Afterlight or VSCO can really help rescue a picture. And I'm just going to go in ahead and pick this. Right here. Okay, use. So this is where you can choose to crop your pictures as well, and you can adjust the contrast, the exposure, the shadows. So I'm not going to fiddle around with that too much right here because I'm really happy with the way this picture looks right out of the camera. But you can choose the different color tone as well. So for example, you can have like a really warm looking palette, a really desaturated one. So I want something closer to the original picture, so I'm just going to choose something like that. And once again, toggle before and after to make sure that you know that you're happy with it. If I am, just going to go ahead and click this, and you can layer different filters on it as well. It's too much, but this seems just about right. So this is basically what I do to edit my pictures. And you can always crop it or adjust it, but yeah. Well, that's all for today, and I hope that this has been somewhat helpful for you. If you have any suggestion as to what you'd like to see next, please feel free to leave us a comment. And if you like this, please also like and subscribe, but no pressure. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.